Then for Arsenal, big win for them considering, of course, they were down to 10 men, and also what happened at Anfield as well. So Arsenal take all 3 points with a 1-0 victory. Here's Arteta after the game.
Well, I think it's that obvious that we don't need any comments today, and hopefully the right thing will happen after today.
That's him talking about whether or not they will appeal the red card. PGMOL, the referee's call of a red card for Lewis-Skelly was checked and confirmed by VAR, who deemed his challenge to have been serious foul play. That is what they've gone for. Frank Leboeuf with us as well. Frank, let's start with you. Red card or not?
No, of course not. Of course not. And especially when you see after what happened to João Gomez, and I totally agree with Craig, who made a more dangerous tackle or contact and should have deserved a straight red card. And instead of that, they gave a yellow card. So it doesn't mean anything anymore. I mean, it's just, I want to be the man of the show, so I'm going to show how I can exist, and I give a stupid straight red card coming from nowhere. Hopefully Arsenal won, and they rightly deserve that, and there won't be any big story. But really, it's not like he's about the last defender. It's not like he's really dangerous. And you decide straight away to give a red card.
Frank, how can you say that's not dangerous? He stamps on him.
Oh, that's not dangerous.
He stamps a look.
Nah.
He goes down his shin onto his foot.
No, Steve, don't tell me you became that soft. You became that soft. No. Come on.
Hold on.
You played for Liverpool in the 80s, and you tell me that's the hard one?
How many times do we see a game from any league every weekend where somebody trods or stamps another player's boot? That is never, ever deemed serious foul play. Mm-hmm. The serious foul play generally comes in when you're talking about the height.
Yeah.
Right? We see people stamping on people's boots, going for balls and blah, blah, blah. And yeah, it was no intent to play the ball, I'll give you that. But we see this sort of stamp or trodden on every weekend and every game. And it is never, ever, because of the height of it, deemed serious foul play.
Because they're accidental. That's why. This is absolutely 100% not an accident. Skelly,
that doesn't make it serious foul play.
Of course it does. Skelly, listen, when we were playing, it was called a professional foul and you tripped somebody up. Right, you tripped him up. This is not a trip. He's absolutely stood on him.
Yeah, standing on somebody is not a red card.
The first place he got on was in his shin, and then it went down onto top of his foot.
Trip. He tried to trip first.
But Frank, that's not what happened, though. He may have tried to trip him, but that is not what happened, which is why it's a red.
This is a precedent that's been set now, if this continues, that any sort of trodding on...
He caught him in the shin and then he goes down onto his foot.
He kicked his shin first. He doesn't stamp on him.
And then carries onto his
shin
foot.
first. Yeah,
and
but
Frank,
that's a soft one. You cannot say it's a hard contact like the second foul from Gomez. Look at the foul from Gomez. That's a straight red card, and I can feel the difference between the two. I'm sorry, Stevie. There is a big difference between the two acts.
So, you know, when somebody makes absolutely no attempt to go for the ball, and they trip somebody up when the ball's away over there, we know, because that's just the way it is, right? When you trip somebody. But I don't see this as a trip. He may have gone to trip him, but he certainly doesn't. He catches him in his shin and then he carries down onto the top of his boot. How is that a trip? It's not. He's gone for him. He is 100% gone for the player. So how can that not be serious foul play?
So when have you last seen a player been sent off for a stamp on the top of the foot? Tell me. Never.
But he hits him in the shin first, and then he goes onto his foot, and he's lucky that he misses his ankle.
Listen, the shin.
Because it's not given before doesn't mean that you don't give it ever.
The shin is a graze. This is the only time I can remember a stamp on the top of a foot been deemed as a red card. The João Gomez one was way more egregious, and so the referee has refereed the two incidents completely differently. I mean,
because he gets that wrong doesn't change what I'm thinking about this. I don't disagree with you that Gomez should have got a straight red. I'm not disagreeing with you. But at the same time, what's he done? He stamped on him. Hold on a second. Oh, wait a minute. Skelly just stamped on Doherty.
It doesn't
where's the
stamp. It
difference?
doesn't stamp on his foot. He stamps on his ankle.
Oh, so
It's different.
That sounds even better.
Yeah. Because you barely. Sorry,
Fine, you just said
you
he stamped
barely
on his
break.
ankle.
We'll have to go out and scroll around and find somebody else that thinks that's a red card. You're the only one that thinks it's a red card.
I know.
Anyway.
I know, but I can't stand that we think it's okay for somebody to absolutely not be interested in the ball whatsoever and go for somebody and actually end up, as Frank said, stamping on their ankle.
Hold on. This is listen. This is an Arsenal connotation here. It is.
What? You're back, sir. I told you earlier on that Martinelli should have had a penalty.
No.
Did I tell you earlier Martinelli should have had a
Liverpool's
penalty?
biggest challenges?
Oh, away you go. Give yourself a shake.
What was different as opposed to this decision, as opposed to others that we've seen
Arsenal,
throughout the
that'll be
season,
right.
is the fact that Arsenal didn't collapse. They got the victory. And with regards...
That's the only logical explanation for thinking a stand on a foot is a red card.
So what about the penalty they should have got that you disagreed with?
Well, that wasn't a penalty either.
So that's not biased then?
That wasn't a penalty.
Oh, not biased then?
right, OK, let's get back on track a little bit. Arsenal get the win, and it is a massive 3 points to them, isn't it? Considering what happened at Liverpool.
Well, thanks to Mr. Gomez.
The Liverpool game was, barring a disaster, was always probably going to go that way.
Yep.
And Arsenal went away from home. They were okay, and then obviously they lost a man, and it still wasn't harum-scarum for them. Wolves had a bit more possession, but they're so sort of lightweight up front that I can't really remember David Raya having to do anything as the game went on. I mean, they had a big chance early on from Sarabia, from a great ball from Semedo. It was a difficult take when he whipped it across. He missed the target, but I don't remember them.
Now you had a Cunha chance.
You had the Cunha.
The Cunha chance
before.
from the set piece, which he sort of scuffed. But I don't remember too many, and Arsenal had, dare I say it, Havertz had 3 headers, so it looked as if it was going to be one of those days again,
yes,
where they're relying on somebody to score and they're not getting it done. But obviously Calafiori comes off the bench because of the sending off to go and play in place of Lewis-Skelly, and it's a great finish. And a bit like, the Real Madrid game we were doing earlier, it's just one of them. Just get the 3 points.
Run back.
Get the 3 points, get back to London.
I think Norrie had a chance with 5 minutes to go as well.
All right.
I'm just saying. See, here's the thing. This is why I said Mr. Gomez. You've got to thank Mr. Gomez for this.
Right.
Because even though they had an extra man, they were never in charge until about 10 minutes before the moron Gomez got sent off.
OK.
And on top of that, by the way, we got to look at the coaching staff again. You see the manager after he gets sent off going crazy. And again, they've got half a dozen other coaches as well. The minute they saw him kicking the ball away in the second half where he should have been sent off, he should have been straight off.
Right.
Somebody should have went, this guy's a liability. He needs to be off the field. Because if he's stupid enough to do that, he's stupid enough to do something else.
Frank,
so he should have been off the field.
Frank, can we give Arsenal some love here in the fact that obviously Odegaard doesn't start, you've got no Saka, he's out injured, you're down to 10 men, you feel the world's against you, yet you still leave Molineux with all 3 points?
Yeah, but they fought hard, and I think the first time that because they won and because they worked hard, Arteta couldn't find any excuses because they won. But I think they found some pride and stamina into that game where they found that the world was against them and they fought all together. So it's a good, very good 3 points for the confidence and for Arsenal. But Wolverhampton weren't good today. They were pretty weak for me, and there is no 10 against 10. It was pretty sure that Arsenal would score a goal, and they won. They won because they deserved it.
Arsenal against Manchester City next up. That should be fun, shouldn't it, next weekend?